Look at this. Stepping up. Huh?
Hello,
Stepping up,
everybody.
man. What's going on? Oh, I
We've
love
had
you,
a rebranding. We spent an hour with Photoshop.
Yeah, just doing bits now. That's it.
Yeah,
That is
man.
it. So, yeah, we ain't been on since, before Home Invasion?
No, yeah, we had a hiatus.
It does seem like ages ago. How you been? How was
Good,
Home
man.
Invasion for you?
Oh, mate, I had such a good time. It was so good. Everyone was so nice. There was such a good vibe the entire time. Yeah, no, it's sick. I really cannot wait to go to more now. Yeah, and I can't wait to make more highlight reels. That was real fun. It was really fun, like talking to everyone afterwards as well, and like kind of getting the vibe and how everyone was feeling about the event. That was really cool, because you won't get that again. Like once people start watching the battles again, their opinions change. So it's nice to have a record.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so obviously Home Invasion was amazing. We met so many people. One of those people was the Anarchy finalist, the first Anarchy finalist as well that there ever was. I'm going to bring him through now. It is the Bizzo Bond. What is up, man?
How are you doing? You all right?
Good, man. Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you for having me, as always.
Awesome, man. It's a pleasure.
Our pleasure, man.
Always welcome. Always. Sorry, man. Just got a cough. Yeah. So, yeah, what you been up to, man? You've been to a few of the events that have been passing. What you've been thinking?
I went to Home Invasion, which was great, and then I caught COVID. So I've literally just I've literally just recovered like in the last few days from it. It knocked me for 6 as well. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh yeah, it was a good event though. It was worth it in a way. It was good. It was a good event. Yeah,
we did both do tests when we got home. We were like, just to be safe.
Every other 2 days we was doing them for like 2 weeks just to make sure. Now we're right.
I was fine. I was fine for a couple of days, and then on like the Tuesday, I couldn't get out. I couldn't move. I was like, oh, this is awful. And I did a test, and then obviously been isolating. So yeah, it was. But yeah, I presume I got it from there because there was a lot of people in there. I didn't do much in between. So yeah, well, it is what it is, and it's going to happen. So it was going to happen at some stage. So
that's it.
You got those.
Got to take it on the chin.
You'll be all right.
Oh yeah, fuck with all my final prep that.
Yeah. Are you like all set? Are you ready to go? Are you still writing? Where's your process at?
I'm getting there now. I'm getting there.
So you got
I've obviously
a week Saturday.
Yeah, it's a week on Saturday, 28th. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited for it. I've prepped how I wanted to prep for it, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to showing my material off on the day, and I'm looking forward to facing Bobby Rex as well because he's arguably one of the best in the country at this. So I'm very excited to be put up against a challenge like that, which I've been asking and pleading for about 2 years now. So I finally get it. Hard work pays off, boys.
No,
it's definitely going to be a hell of a battle.
You've leveled up every battle that you've had in Anarchy, definitely as well. Like,
yeah, man.
And I said it before, but you've had like clean wins. Like every battle that you've done in Anarchy so far, you've had every judge's decision in the like.
I think with that though is I've wanted it more than everyone that's been in the tournament. So it's been a case of I've just outperformed them because I've shown that I want it more. Whereas now the difference is with this final is Bobby probably wants this equally as much as me, which is what's going to make it such a good battle and so good to watch. Because we're at the final hurdle now. Like there's a lot at stake. Like this, it's a game changer. This final for whoever wins. So my motivation's multiplied by 100, and I'm sure Bobby being in the final now is mustered up the motivation to really try and beat me. So it's gonna be a good watch. And obviously they're selling a few tickets for the event now, which you can get on the Premier Battle website.
We're actually
gonna watch that
together that weekend, but we're going away that weekend already to do stuff. So yeah, we can't get tickets for that, but we're going to be watching it live still.
We'll be watching it.
Yeah.
Either way, it's just going to add to the atmosphere. I think having a few people in the room, like we had a few heads in the room for the semi-final, and it was good for a couple of bars, like you could see the reaction from. But so I think the capacity's 30 because of the studio setup and stuff.
If you get loud enough people,
yeah,
right.
That 30 is more than enough for an event like that. And it just and if you watch like any of the King of the Dot season 1, they've only got 20, 30 people there, and they still react accordingly. So it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't performed in front of a crowd since February 2019, I think it was.
Jesus. So potentially your first time performing in front of like a big crowd is gonna be the title match, I guess.
Yeah, if I win my first battle back with a crowd will be against Yunnan, which is fucking crazy. And but that's another motivational factor for me. That's something that's driving me on to win, because I've always wanted to be a main stage battle. So for me it just works perfectly. It's just a story that writes itself.
And you've got the momentum now.
Yeah, like I feel confident. Yeah, I feel like people are finally starting to take notice and kind of like recognize that I am talented at this and I'm good at it, and I am up there in terms of like best in the UK. Yeah, and as I said, I'm trying to get better every battle. I feel like I have done that so far. I've got better every time I perform. So I'm just going to try and continue to do that. I always go away from a battle and literally spend the next 2-3 days, and I'll say, right, what did I do bad? What did I do good?
Do you watch your battles back a lot then, or?
I watch them back once or twice, and then that's it. I just push them to the back of my memory then, and don't watch them ever again. Like, I don't.
Battle that you will go back to watch. Them,
yeah,
like,
you learn your lessons, and then you move on.
If you need like an ego boost or something, you know.
Sometimes I like to go back just to watch, like, if I get like a decent reaction for something, if I get like a good reaction for a bar or something like that, I kind of like to watch that again. But in terms of watching the battle back, I like to just watch it from the viewpoint of a fan who's watching it. Shout out AJ Rock. Yeah, I kind of use like the drops to like pick apart my performance and see where I can get better. That's I'm very like strategical when it comes to this. Like I genuinely have the motivation to be as good as possible. So I always go away to try and level up again. And that's mainly what I use the battle for. But I enjoy getting some decent reaction in the room, because obviously that's what it's all about. And it's a bit, it's a battle rapper's drug addiction, that to get good reaction in the room. Like you could see from Home Invasion, you only had to watch Hades in that title match, and he was crazy, but the crowd was gassing him.
The crowd was just insane.
Yeah. That was the only battle that we weren't able to be like next to the host, if you know what I mean. But
VIP treatment.
It was so good to like be on the other side.
Oh my goodness!
Battle in particular, and be with everyone. It was amazing.
The whole event was good.
Home Invasion. We walked in the door, and straight away, Bloodshow was just like, "Look, you guys want to get yourself set up over there? Go just make sure that you muscle in and everything." We was like, "Yeah, don't worry."
Yeah, Stroh knows.
But he disappeared.
He wasn't feeling too good. He's probably the twat that gave me COVID.
Yeah, he tweeted after. I did see.
He's a patient zero.
Yeah.
But yeah. So obviously the prize is amazing. I would say it's probably the biggest prize we've had apart from maybe the 2-on-2, but for one person, like a single tournament.
This battle is the most significant battle in UK battle rap for at least 5 years. There isn't the only one I can see being having the same magnitude is when Shocks battled Soul for the Don't Flop title, and that was a long time ago. I don't even know if it is more than 5 years ago. That it potentially was a bit sooner. I'm not sure, but I think after that period when Shocks beat Soul, I think everything kind of like died down. But now there isn't anything about right now at this magnitude. Like there isn't anything with so much on the line. I know Don't Flop have had a beat fighter tournament where the winner won £1,000 in the on beat title, which is good. It's another dimension to the culture, which is great. But in terms of actual UK battle rap, like this is the pinnacle, and depending on how this goes, it could change everything moving forward. Because if they bring it again, the chances are it's going to be for more money. It's going to be for a bigger prize. Everyone knows what they're going to get out of it. So yeah,
I think they can eventually do it on like their own Twitch Premier Battles. I hope it's something that they do take forward, and like any league, to be fair, tournaments, and you know, kind of like the era versus era as well, like cards that mean something rather than just this battler against this battler would be really good. So let's make the tournament and throw battles together to put that on. Do you know
tournament battles have kind of saved the scene, I think, and kind of reignited it, because they've added an element of competition which was missing for a long time, because it used to be kind of like two mates battling, and both would be getting pissed before and after the event, and it wouldn't really have any significance than battling.
It was more in-jokes between the battlers as well. And,
and it did kind of turn into that. It did kind of progress into like this tight-knit, closed clip era where there wasn't anything really refreshing coming in, and the people that were in it weren't giving 100%, and it was dying out. And all this tournament and King of the Dot and URL doing the same thing has kind of magnified it as well, and emphasized it, made it bigger as well. But when Premier Battles have come in and done this tournament, it's been a game changer, because it's added this element of competition, and people can't argue that I'm one of the best right now, because I'm one of the most active. I've got the most wins in a row out of any UK battle rapper at the moment who's currently active, and you can't argue with fact. Whereas people who claim that they've never been beat, or claim that they're one of the best, there isn't anything statistically to back that up. It's just based off opinion. Whereas this tournament is highlighting the fact that me and Bobby right now are the best two active battle rappers in the UK at the moment, simply because we've been on crazy runs, and we've got judged wins in a tournament format.
Just like Zen is the best on-beat battler.
Exactly, yeah. Zen's been consistent for every battle.
Go and do something about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, go and get yourself involved and get in that.
Yeah, that's
it.
Tournaments
is such a good structure to have. Like, coming into it as a new fan, having a tournament structure gives it stakes. You know what I mean? Because like you kind of have to play a bit more of a game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just about like dunking on the person opposite you. You have to win. Like,
it is literally a battle. It's the battle part of the rap battle. Like,
and it's strict format as well.
What rounds to put where and stuff as well. Like,
it's strict format. Yeah, it's very strategical. It's a strict format where you've got a time limit to stick to. You're going to be in a room with barely anyone in there. You're going to have 5 judges. One's going to be fan based. You've got 4 completely anonymous judges. That you have to impress.
The judges are for you versus Bobby?
Not yet. No, they haven't announced it yet. I know that they're on with it now. Briggs is just doing it now. They're just trying to sort out the card now, because it's been
YD versus Sam Hypes.
Yeah, that's been announced today, and that will be a great battle.
That will be.
YD will
do so good on this platform. Yeah, I think
I rate both of them very highly.
The American audience are used to Sam Hypes already as well, so like I think they'll do Canadian American audience. I think they'll both do well on that. I think
man. Really, I like both of them, and I like that Sam got a great performance in against Balor at Home Invasion, and the crowd really like responded to his material, which was great, because before this is the thing, when you've battled in like this COVID era, this quarantine era, like you don't actually get to see how fans are reacting to you other than what they type online. So you can only go off like a tweet, or you can go off someone sharing something. You can't really go off like the genuine. I can't see what you two are doing on your screen watching me battle. I don't even know. I don't even know what's I don't even know what's going on until afterwards when I'm reading the comments. But by then it's too late. Like, I've missed all the reaction to the actual battle itself. So I've not seen one comment through any of my battles on Twitch at all. So it's been pretty crazy, and that's why I've got so much motivation to be in this final, because to step onto a stage where there's going to be like hundreds of people watching, and my material's going to go down, and it could blow up, it could fall on its arse. I don't know, but that excitement really has me.
Having the eyes on you in the room.
Yeah, man, yeah. And it's all different because like my last battle was in an undisclosed event at ATMA in Manchester against Deviant, which was ages ago, and that was just coming off the back of losing the semi-final of the Academy to Milky. So I wasn't really like, okay, I was motivated because I wanted to win. I wanted to bounce back with a win, but in terms of like the magnitude of the battle, it was nothing in comparison to what this one could potentially be in the middle of wherever the location where it's going to be held against Yunnan, who's one of the most established rap battlers in the country and has been for so many years. It'll be so crazy. Like the thought of it alone drives me on to win this final, but. It's a big ask. I know it's a big ask. I'm not denying the fact. I love Bobby to bits. I think he's genuinely one of the most entertaining, charismatic, best rappers in terms of structure and flow that the country's got. So
it's a challenge, man. It's a challenge you've got on your hands.
Yeah, man, you've got to beat the best. You've got to beat the best, haven't you? You've got to beat the best to be the best. That's it.
Exactly, man. Exactly. We will start watching the battle in a couple of minutes. I just want to try and get a few more people in. Give them a chance before we do get into this. It's a big battle. But
actually, I have a question.
Yeah, okay,
I have a question,
Tom, go ahead. I was just going to say, the people in the chat, if you've got any questions, just pop them in.
Yeah, I have one to get, because I was thinking about this earlier. So there's been a lot of like new additions to the Olympics, right? So we've had like skateboarding and we've had breakdancing as well. Could you see a future where battle rap is in the Olympics?
Oh, I don't know. It's fair. It would be fun. It'd be fun to watch, but there's too many hurdles, isn't there? There's like,
it would definitely lose its spirit. Like
it's very subjective. You wouldn't be able to curse. You probably wouldn't be able to go too personal or anything like that, because I don't think anyone will want to tune into BBC One and me slagging off someone's mum.
Yeah. Because that's like with this. I watched the skateboarding. And
I watched it. I watched the BMX.
Such a sanitized, like it's so sanitized from what skateboarding like, or like the skateboarding that you sort of see normally. It's just like this super, and it's judged really weirdly. So like I can imagine it being there, but I would imagine it being like a super weird version of it.
It can't be like what it normally is, what you see down at
like there'll be like a bunch of people sat up on a panel with like the little flashcards with like numbers on.
And watch like a skating competition, you'd probably find it's similar to that. But like in a competition, like battle rap, like we have to have certain judges. Like you wouldn't just be able to be like, right, Bizzer, you pick 2 judges, and Bobby, you're going to pick the other 2, and then we'll have one just random.
We have to have official Olympic judges.
That's the thing. Like you can see some of the decisions made in tournament battles, like in the URL 100,000 and Ultimate Madness for 25,000. So for like a gold Olympic medal, it's going to be the same, isn't it? It's going to be very controversial. I would like to see like a similar setup where rappers from different countries all come together and battle in a similar format to like season 1. That'd be pretty sick, because there's good battlers in all different countries, really. Like if you go looking hard enough, you can find them, really. So something like that would be good. And I think there was Rap Olympics, wasn't there, at one stage years and years ago? They did call it Rap Olympics.
Need another one.
And then obviously World Tom, like hopefully, because it kind of got a bit more like America versus Canada rather than world domination.
But that's our fault. That's because the scene fell on his arse.
The bridges were burnt, unfortunately, over here. There's a lot of political bullshit that got involved or whatever. We burnt our bridges there. But those bridges are being rebuilt, and one of the prizes for this tournament is to go out there and battle on King of the Dock, which is huge. Who would you see yourself against when you win, if you win?
Or when you win?
I've really become a fan of Fate at the moment. I don't know if you've ever watched any Fate, but I think he's one of the best like up and coming battlers, and I think me versus him will be like a really good style clash. He's dope. I've said this all along though. I don't really care who they put me against, because I'll go over with the same mentality, whether it's a top tier, whether it's a mid tier, or whoever they put me against. I'm not bothered, because for me it's not a case of I want to battle on King of the Dot because I want to battle this person. It's because I want to do this like for myself, for my battle rap career.
If you could choose, like, you know,
I would choose. I would see a dream one's different because a dream one's like
legacy,
like a big one,
a legacy battle.
Like yeah, I really like Fate. I'd love to battle Fate. I'd like to battle. I mean, a dream one would probably be someone like Thesaurus. I'd love to do that. That would be crazy. But I like Fate. I like Mad Flex. I think Mad Flex is crazy. Thesaurus. Who was the one I was just about to say? Then I'd like to battle the Saga as well. I think the Saga's a great battler.
I think
I'm trying to think. I'd try.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy battle as well. I'm like I said, I'm open to any opponent if it makes sense, and all of those that I've named, including Red Flag, all make sense for me, and all would be ones that I'm interested in. But I don't think too much about it until it materializes. Because I'm not going to go out and start calling them all out just yet. I'm waiting for this final to be over, and then I can swing my nuts a little bit more.
That's it. You got to get a bit more momentum behind you before you start swinging across the pond.
Yeah, man, exactly. And I understand that how big this battle is, and I understand the repercussions if I don't win it as well. So it will knock me back a bit, and whereas winning it will accelerate everything for me. So it's a big deal for me. So I'm kind of like tunnel visioned on this final now, because that's my sole focus. We can worry about who I'm going to battle on King of the Dot later on down the line.
Yeah.
Who can you see then? So again, you know, you win, you battle Yunnan, you beat Yunnan, you become champ. Who would you say would be, like, in your eyes at the moment? Who would you say is making a good run for the title?
That's a good one, because again, it's hard to pick out people that are active and winning consistently. I think, do you know what? If I was champ of PB, I'd want to battle the best people out, and I wouldn't care who they were and what they'd established in the last year or so. I wouldn't like say, oh, you need to go on like a #1 contenders run against me. Like, I mean, the obvious top tier heads that you want to battle as a UK battle rapper are Quill, Tony D, Soul. All these heads are the ones that you want to battle. And I think if that actually came about, that materialized, then I'd definitely look at battling someone like that, because I think I want to continually challenge to be the best anyway. So I'm not. If I was champion, I'm not going to pussyfoot around who I'm going to battle. And you've seen from me, I'm battling every 8 weeks at the moment, all year since February. So I'm not going to turn away from a battle, and you'll obviously get full commitment out of me as well, because I can do it on multiple occasions. So
I genuinely believe if
you've shown you've had the chops.
Someone like Sam Hypes, you know, obviously he's been in the tournament, but I think after his battle with YD, and then if he can get like a decent opponent on Apex 3, possibly, he has put a lot of work in this year. I think he does deserve a bit of a plate on Apex. You know, I could see him potentially trying for it, you know, maybe being in contention at least. But you're right, it's difficult to say, like, because is why you say, like, about being active. Is that active on Premier Battles, or is that active, you know, in general? Because
the thing is, anything can happen. Like, I think the way that the scene is at the moment is that it's in a good place and it's growing again, and it's getting to a place now where people are starting to go, oh yeah, I want to come back, I want to battle again, or I want to go and watch. And the more people that watch, the more enticing it is as a performer to say, right, I want to battle again, because battlers want to perform on the big stages. Like the days when Don't Flop was in Leeds University and it was 1,000 people there, like, and the Ritz in Manchester, North versus South, they're the kind of gigs as a battle rapper you're like, right, I really want to do that. That's what I kind of dream of. And it's all well and good doing one in a bar at 100 capacity or whatever. That's fine, but you kind of aspire to hit main stages and show your talent and your skill set at the very highest level. So once we get back to that, you'll be surprised how many people want to come back and actively battle again. And that competitive edge and the meaningfulness of like titles and stuff will start getting important again. Like the Yunnan being champ is great for the league because Yunnan's a very competitive battler, and he will if he's told to battle someone, he'll do it and he'll show up and perform to a high standard. Now all you need is the challengers to do the same and make it a competitive environment again. And once it's a competitive environment again, it'll turn crazy, and then people will realise their opportunities, that they can get title shots and they can get flown overseas again, and then they'll start trying again with the performances.
I think that's what it is. It's about incentives, really, isn't it? Like,
and tournaments are a great way
in front of you. You're going to move forward. Like,
that's why this Anarchy's been so That's why this Anarchy tournament's been so popular, because it's a lot of money. It's a trip to KLTD, which is like, it's the dream for anyone as a battler. Like any battler in the UK, if they were offered the opportunity to King of the Dot, no one's going to turn it down. And to battle for a UK title, to actually be pictured with that belt round you, then it's all bucket list stuff. It's all stuff that you want to achieve.
All right, I got one more question, and then we'll get into the battle. Like, so let's imagine that they do another Anarchy, so Anarchy 2, next year. Would you say that people that were in this Anarchy should be allowed to enter that one, or what's your thoughts on that? What do you reckon?
I don't see why not. I mean, I definitely, if they did it again, I'd definitely like to see like Georgie go for it again.
Yeah.
Because Georgie obviously left circumstances outside of his control.
Mm-hmm.
I was so bummed.
Like Slester,
when I found out he left,
because Slester deserves another run at it.
Controversial.
I mean, you don't really want to do a tournament with the same people in, and I think.
Yeah, no, I think there'd have to be a limit. Like, you couldn't just be like, oh well, we'll just do it again, and like, like Tom said, it takes away from the actual tournament itself. Like, if you've been given this opportunity to battle in this knockout tournament and you've gone out in the first round because you couldn't be arsed, then we make another one for £5,000 next year, and then they get re-entered. Then it's like, well, what was the fucking point in doing the first one? So but you do also want to leave like just a little bit of room for like an underdog comeback story.
And I think Georgie's perfect for that. Yeah, because he left under circumstances that were out of his control. So you can accept it for that, but you can't accept bringing someone in who's been knocked out first round because they gave a half-assed performance.
You can have like Joker Star come back and then try and win $5,000 again. Like,
it would, and then You got given the opportunity to battle first time round in a tournament with a lot on offer, and it's very difficult for me to sit here and say, give them all another go and make it exactly the same without me in it next year. And then
just a different battle.
Replace one person on the end.
Like, it would definitely depend on the circumstances. Like, I think someone like you said, someone like Georgie or Slester, like their situations where it was like controversial and out of their control, I think would be good. But someone who got into like the quarters, semis, I would probably say no, because they should really be they should still be elevating past everything anyway from now. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to go in.
I think this year's participants have had their opportunity to get this exposure and get this tournament run and get these wins under the belt, and next year, I think it'd have to be a completely new set of people. But with the success of the tournament and like the engagement it's had and stuff like that, it will probably bring out more battlers that are willing to commit to this tournament format and actually go for it. Like, can you
see any like newer battlers that you could see doing it? Like, for example, I could see YD in a tournament.
YD would be perfect for it next year. Moke, AJ
he literally came into battle rap in a tournament, didn't he? YD, in the process. So I think that would be quite good for him if he gets the opportunity next year.
The thing is, a lot of the new era class of No Loose Chat, they're ideal for it because they're a new era and they haven't been like included in this year, and it could be included for next one. Like I said, Moke, AJ Ra.
I liked I think it was on Sunday Roast. Jen and Rivers was talking about doing like a Premier Battles versus No Loose Chat.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Yeah,
yeah, I think that could
good.
work. I think that could work. That could
you could. Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a potential for a few different verses. You could do North versus South. You could do Ireland versus England. You could do
Wales.
That's right. It would really
Don't Flop versus PB. You could do.
Yeah,
because you know, SmackDown and Raw, you know, helped each other by being opposing things. So having two big like powerhouses having those clashes.
Yeah, it's just about working together. Like, you know, us doing these lives and stuff. Like the amount of times that it's through no fault of anybody. It's just everyone's got their busy lives, you know. But every time that I'm like, right, I'm going to go live this day, someone else might be like, oh, well, actually, I was going to go live that day, so I'll like switch my plans, or they'll switch theirs. Like it's just about working together, making sure that we don't. Like, for example, the past couple of months has been good because we've had like 4 events.
This is what it used to be like though. This is what back in 2012, 2013, you used to have an event every other week, and
it's all don't flop. That's the only issue. And then so you have like Gab and that doing their events, and I think like Dub Scandal, they weren't really about by then, were they?
You had a lot of smaller leagues. Like I performed on one called Get Slated in Newcastle. There's a few different
league as well or something.
Yeah, but now you've got 3. You've got PB, which I think at the moment is the biggest league in the UK right now, and then you've got Don't Flop, then you've got No Loose Chat. So you've got 3 leagues that are all rebranding, regenerating, coming to this this state. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm loving it at the moment. I think it's great. I think when we get all we need to do is just a few more consistent cards where the performances are great back to back, and the people that are actually performing for these leagues actually do it. And I think Home Invasion, Don't Flop, next in line. You've got two events there where everyone performed to a very good standard, undisclosed for PB as well. I didn't hear of any choking or anything like that really over the course of those 3 events. I don't think I saw any.
Era as well, that was, I would say that's probably, from what I've seen from like the buzz around the event, outside of the event, if you know what I mean, like online and stuff, I would say that's definitely been in the forefront of what's been going on. And I've been watching the pay-per-view, and Rivers versus Moke. I'm surprised I've still got a screen on my phone. The amount of times I've like literally dropped my phone, just what? This actually mental.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want people to turn up to these events and actually show out. You don't. And it got to a stage where people were turning up and couldn't be arsed, and
they were reflecting the social side of it rather than the battles.
Yeah, and it isn't a social event; it's a sport. You go in, you rap better than your opponent. And then you can have your drink afterwards. You don't go in, get pissed, half-arse your performance, and then be like, all right, well, it's fine anyway, because no one's going to watch it on YouTube anyway, so it's fine. I'll go. And that's what contributed to it all going downhill. Yeah, and that's where we were at one stage. I mean, we're not going to shy away from it. Like at one stage it was shit. It was crap to watch. No one wanted to watch it, and now it's back to people actually trying and wanting to show it.
Having that competitive edge.
Yeah, and I think people are realizing now that these competitive battles where the majority of them are getting judged are.
And it's like you've got time limits, and like everything is just back to it. Like there's things that people can discuss, because like you look at Shocks versus Gems, for example. Like people will argue that Shocks won that because Gems spat too long. And then you've got people that will argue like, well, they don't care that he spat that long because he's good at what he's saying, you know. And
you've got to have that level of authority.
Yeah, probably would have lost because of that, you know. And then it's a decisive thing. Then almost, you know, everyone's got their opinions, but
the tournament format's good because it teaches you as a performer to punch, rather than like going filler, big punch, and then doing it again. And it changes your writing style, and when you're in your head and you're thinking, right, I've only got 2.5 minutes, or I've only got 2 minutes to battle this guy. I can't waste it doing 8 to 12 bars on build up to a punchline that I don't even know if he's going to be. Yo, bandwagon, let's go.
Definitely. I say we get into this battle. You know,
Yeah, man,
I'm
let's watch
excited
it.
for Tom to see
man.
this. Yeah,
See what you're
obviously,
up
guys, just before we do get into this battle, don't forget 28th of August on King of the Dots Twitch. Do not forget to tune in and watch Bizzo Von versus Bobby Rex. It's going to be heated. It's going to be debated for ages, I feel, as well. I don't feel any of you two are going to come lightly. It's just going to be a war.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be one of the best battles you'll see this year.
Yep. Yeah, no, definitely is. And yeah, this battle. Before we start, you know, can I just say RPXL again?
Yeah, rest in peace, bro.
Big
rest
up, man.
Peace.
Big up.
Every time.
But yeah, another thing I wanted to pick up on this was the quality of the streams that it's been throughout the whole tournament. Like, you know, there's been one technical glitch.
It was me.
Thing, I think. Yeah.
And it was me as well.
Yeah, having on your battle, you versus Matter, wasn't it? Yeah, that's crazy.
Typical.
It missed most of Matter's, but kept most of yours, wasn't it?
No. It cut off as just as Matter was finishing his second round, I think. Jeez. And then it come back on as I was finishing my third. So it was it missed half. They missed the majority of the battle, which really was annoying. But it's one of them. It could be. Hey, that's a big shout. That is a big shout, Chris.
Yeah, I think.
Imagine that.
Possibly.
Listen, the final's going to be crazy just because there's so much at stake. We both know how good we are. Like, we both openly say like how much like we rate each other, and for one night we're going to absolutely despise each other. And
do you know what I seen you do at Home Invasion? And you were kind of hang around with each other most of the event, to be fair. But I seen at one point you two were talking. I could see it was like you was like getting a bit pushy and shovey with him. And I was next to Trouble, and I just want to turn around to be like, "Do you want to just start the face off now? Because I think they're ready." Like, it's not even just about like the respect that you show each other, though, but like you both show that you want to do this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're both chomping at the bit.
We're both competitive, and we both want to do it, and we both have told each other that we owe it to each other to bring our A game and perform the best we can, because we know what's at stake. We know that this battle has to be a great battle to watch. Like, if it's a shit final, it's just all going to be anticlimactic. And if one of us wins via the other underperforming or choking or stumbling or anything, it'll just completely take away from the hard work that we've both done. So we're just both excited, man.
Thanks for coming in.
Oh shit!
Yo,
what's up?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait, because I fucking begged to be in this tournament. I was in Briggs's inbox every day saying like, what do I have to do to get on this fucking tournament, Briggsy?
It's obviously a good choice.
Yeah, man. I bet you sat there like, yes.
Yeah, and I'm just paying back. I'm just paying back the loyalty at the end of the day. Like, I love everything that PB's done for me. Like, I'll shout them out every day. I love what Stroh's done, what Briggs has done. I love the support shot he's given me, and I feel at home at PB. He's great, and I'm just repaying the loyalty and the confidence shown in me. So.
And they are such we've gotten so much support, and they're such good guys, and you know
they want the scene.
Treated so well at the event and stuff. Like, even just so that alone, like, you know, we weren't expecting anything like that, but they, really.
Yeah, everyone's really cool.
Yeah, they want the scene. They want the scene.
You can tell.
They want the scene to thrive, and they want the media outlets to thrive.
Yeah, definitely. It only helps each other, doesn't it? You know, that's why we just want to keep.
We're going to take full advantage of people's kindness.
You guys as well, give you a reason to come on here. You know, this, we said it earlier. You know, you deserve to be in the tournament, the final especially.
Yeah, no arguments.
You know,
no arguments.
Wins. There's been no debates, no ifs or buts. It's just literally cut through. But
most judges' decisions, I've had the biggest fan vote win. I think I've had one judge vote against me the whole tournament, which was Nugget.
Big.
But I'm yeah, I'm just trying to level up every battle, lads. I just want to be one of the best.
And you can tell.
People to openly come and tell me
that.
And I'm not going to stop now. I don't have any intentions of losing anytime soon. I've gone on a crazy win streak. I've beaten some really good battle rappers that have been active at the time. I've shown I want it more than a lot of them as well. And this final's like just the pinnacle of like the hard work that I've put in. So,
definitely, man.
I just want everyone to tune in because it is going to be crazy. Like, it's going to be such a good battle to watch. We're both gonna come at 100. It's gonna have great replay value. There's gonna be a few people in the room. Like you look at that screen now, and this is Bobby versus Georgie, and there's 7 people there. And so you times that by 3 or 4, and imagine like what could happen in the room, like the reactions that you could get.
It's kind of like when
it's just gonna be a spectacle.
The big crowds, and then they brought like Neil in. The first Neil event was like only 100 people, wasn't it? When they brought that in, that was major because it was, those big battles that normally happen on those big stages. But in those small rooms, it was all intimate. It was awesome. I think it does definitely add to some battles. I think this battle especially adds to it. And yeah, we'll see why. Just before we do those, salute Wiretap in the house as well.
Yeah, shout out to Wiretap.
Hey, man.
Every time.
That's another battle from era versus era. Now, there's been a lot of talk about whether like body bags are like entertaining or anything like that. I don't know how he done it, but he 3-0'd somebody in a 1-round battle and made that body bag so entertaining.
Crazy.
I'm not joking.
Pulling the shotgun out of the tripod case.
So many times. It's so good. And when Crash tries getting involved as well, it's just nah, get away from me. I love it.
Chubbs is the man. Chubbs is the man.
He was annoyed. He was annoyed. So man, love always.
I'm just going to turn the light on 1 second because I'm slowly fading into black here.
That's cool. So yeah, Tom, just before we do get started, disclosure for everyone, this battle does get personal. Deal with it. It's battle rap. It is a part of battle rap. It does sometimes get a little bit.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite part of battle rap. But I respect it. It's part of the game. Like getting into your opponent's head is part of the game to an extent. Yeah. I like that there's always
battle isn't your fault. Just want to.
I like that there's always debate on where the line is. That feels good to me because then at least I know like okay, well people are still keeping an eye on it. Yeah.
We'll get into this battle though, and we'll see what.
Your liability.
Yo, Premier Battles, we are at the Anarchy semi-final in Manchester. If you're with us in the building, make a bit of noise. Let's go. We've reached the point one of these two battlers will go ahead to the final of the tournament for $2,500, a trip to Canada and a UK title shot. They will be going ahead and battling Bizzo Bond.
I'll have to run a thing along one day.
That being said, on the right-hand side, you've seen him many times in Premier Battles and across the world, in every sort of league in the world. Let them know who you are, bro.
I am Bobby Rex in real fucking life.
Let's go. Let's go. And on the left-hand side, he's been making a name for himself for the last few years in battle rap. Had a couple great performances on Premier Battles. Let them know who you are, bro.
It's Georgie Roots, you already know. Quick shout out to Indigo Pink Clothing and the Mothers Against Violence movement in Manchester. Thank you for the sponsorship. Let's go.
Let's go. This is a 3-round battle. As before with the semi-final, we have let it run to 2 minutes. All the judges online as well. Let's get into this. Round 1 on Georgie Roots. Let's go, bro.
You're a liability. Let's face it, a mess. Every opportunity you get goes straight to your head. The last time the doc gave you a shot, you came shakily prepped against a Canadian vet, just chasing your breath, saying absolutely fuck all that makes any sense, because you spent the whole day on a sesh. I mean the state of it, Rex. These man don't need a fucking brain in their heads to see that it's a waste to invest in a guy that used their platform as a way to get on a plane as a flex, take cocaine with his friends and make them pay the expense. Bro, you're something that organic just don't need anymore. A pain in the neck. And no doubt as a rapper you great. When it comes to how much people have impacted the game in recent years, no one even matching your pace, but fam, it's a shame. Because you put all that talent to waste just racking up turned into an actual junkie. How you go from gold, man, to literally tap in a vein, and the facts still remain. Every round you've ever spat sounds exactly the same. It's just one long story full of anger and rage, and it's ironic. that your logo is a Jurassic World parody, mate. Because that movie taught me to keep bringing fans through the gate. We need new killers, because Rex can't adapt to the change. He barely jot a bar down.
I love that bar.
I like that one. That was a good
one. I like that. Joe, I was very surprised at how Georgie comes out in this first round. I was really surprised. I wasn't expecting him to come out as confident as he did, but
do you know? I thought.
What's up, Visual? Big up.
Yes, Visual.
Yeah,
yes,
big up.
That's someone I can see. Actually, yeah, that's somebody else. The Anarchy 2, Visual.
Yeah, man, that'd be sick.
I'm calling it now.
That's it. My top pick.
Visual final. Jeez. The opening from Georgie is really strong here.
I always saw Georgie coming out like this. I think people. It's not nice.
I can't wait.
I did that in Bobby's face at Home Invasion, and someone started pissing herself laughing. I can't remember who. Well, it might have even been Phobes actually. I'm not sure.
It probably is. That's why you said it. But yeah, let's see what the rest of this round's like anyway.
Type for a pen, just build everything while he rap it, then recite it again. Even come to battles on no sleep, cause you spend the whole night trying to prep, and maybe that's why the guy was depressed, but I don't get it. With all that evidence and ability, how come you still can't make yourself right in the head? Cause you so mad all the time. Your life always got some big drama, but you were an early adopter to the violence though, right, Bobby? A real Kickstarter, but that's all you known for, cuz making scenes with your hands. But it ain't no puppetry if I disarm ya. You represent being stuck on cross. That weren't psoriasis, fam. It was stigmata. So listen, Bobby Rexma. Looking at you, I feel physically sick. Being this close to you make me literally itch. I wouldn't even shake your hand or high five you if they give you the win. Because if I said, hey yo, Bobby, come, give me some skin, you probably give me some skin. Time.
It's a good round. That I like the approach. I thought the ending was a bit weird. I thought it was a bit of a anticlimactic thing to end on.
Yeah, it had its soft spots. It definitely had its soft spots.
Starter. I think I would have swapped those two around, and I had that your liability scheme at the end to build that up to that.
I love the fact that he did like a full 180 from like a stigmata bar to like just a straight up schoolyard insult. Like Bobby Rexma.
But to be fair though, I had Georgie like dying for all of this. That's what my prediction was. So I do need to say I don't think he did die through the whole of this. I just want to put that out there. He done really well.
Oh, he came up strong. There was just a couple of. It's a shame though, because like we said this before. Like you can get away with having a few duff bars in a round, but like if one of those like bars that's a bit of a soft spot is at the end of your round, it's tough. Yeah. Like just as a performer, that's tough.
It's hard.
I think
it kind of takes away this. It takes away the seriousness of what he was spitting beforehand by ending on a joke about X-Men, and it's like you just done a big structure of how he lets everyone down and stuff, and then you just ended it with your skin will come off when I shake your hand, and then that was it.
I think if he started with that, and then whilst people are like laughing and reacting, he comes in with the your liability.
I agree. Like if he'd have done it the other way around, like if he said, "Yo, Bobby Rexma," like kicked it off like that, it probably would have worked better. But I mean, he's still kind of finding his feet, Georgie. I know he's had some massive battles, but he is only going to get better from all of this anyway. So
and he's got to take a wonderful thing.
Exactly.
He was still really, really good, of course.
Yeah, he's got to take a few pages out of your book now and look back at this and learn from
Well, he had a great performance against Tony Deist after this, so he's obviously adapting and learning, and he will naturally get better. He's a very good writer, and he's got a good cadence and structure to his stuff. So
I've warmed to him a bit more now. I thought he was a bit overhyped when he was first kind of like coming about. Do
you know why that is though?
I've apologized to him since then. To be fair, the hype was real.
That perception is only because he was like arguably the only really good one, the only one that was coming out swinging every single battle and like eager to be good. He wasn't like a newcomer who's done one battle and then not battle for a year and then come out again and battled again. He's like consistently like performed on multiple leagues, and he's performed to a good standard. And it's been a while since someone's come out of the woodwork like that. So I think that's what generated the hype. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's see what Bobby comes back with in this first round, then, and we'll see who we think takes the first round.
In real life.
Cover your ears because he talked about my psoriasis and I got the girl of my dreams.
You represent being stuck on cross. That weren't psoriasis, fam. It was stigmata. So, listen, Bobby Rexma. Looking at you, I feel physically sick. Being this close to you make me literally itch. I wouldn't even shake your hand or high five you if they give you the win. Because if I said, hey, yo, Bobby, come, give me some skin, you probably give me some skin. Time.
Thomas, cover your ears because he talked about my psoriasis and I got the girl of my dreams and these are what I used to satisfy her with.
Great rebuttal straight away. Like, that just knows his joke. And like the end of his round, it just makes it even worse for him, I feel. Yeah. It does.
It's a good counter.
Do you know what, Georgie? I used to...
Sorry. I'm going to take it back just a tiny bit. Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, let's see.
I got the girl of my dreams, and these are what I used to satisfy her with. Talk about it. Do you know what, Georgie? I used to actually like you, but now I really fucking don't, because I can see right through this little act that you like doing. You're not really some peace-loving, down-to-earth, happy and nice dude. You're a spiteful, self-entitled, arrogant little twat that's nasty and at times rude, and that is exactly the type of little bastard that I love having as my food. Boy, I am about to do you badly. See, consequence is a real thing, and I come from the city of bees. They only need to give me one shot, and trust me, you're gonna feel the sting. Look into my eyes, Georgie. You'll see the demon that I keep within. You'll be meeting him this evening, but for now, you're safe. I'm just gonna pound your face, and I'm not throwing coins at you. I'm just letting you know I'm disappointed, but mostly I'm annoyed at you. That's why you haven't seen me online. I've actively avoided you. I didn't want to make any mistakes. I needed to guarantee I got to stand in front of you today so I could say this to your face. But first, imagine you did an interview the other week to try and hype and build up the battle, and you said to Chubbs over there that me and you are very similar men. You pathetic little creature. We're not even a similar mammal. I am...
Bobby is just mental in this first round. Like,
that is aggression. Like, that is just pure, like...
I wouldn't be able to look at him in the face whilst he's doing this.
I've been avoiding eye contact with the screen. I've been looking down.
Classic Bobby Rex. This is what made him as popular as he was, because like there isn't another battler that can confidently get in someone's face like that and roll off material and not get put off by like him talking to his missus and drinking his water and stuff. Like, he just goes straight at you, and it's so good to watch. It is so good to watch.
I've said to Danny when we went to the event, obviously we were lucky enough to have a chat with him, and I was nervous, like before I'd spoken to him, because obviously I obviously had this idea of like, but he is so lovely, and then to see him, lovely is a weird.
Don't say that on the stream. He's trying to rap. He's trying to rap it.
He's a gentleman. Like he's a proper gentleman.
Yeah,
right?
he was. Yeah, everyone.
And then proper gentleman. But he has that fire in him where it's like he could like hurt you.
When he flicks his switch, that's when he turns into Bobby Rex. And that's,
you just wait, Tom. You just wait. We'll get back into it then.
He's lovely. He's lovely.
That's why you haven't seen me online. I've actively avoided you. I didn't want to make any mistakes. I needed to guarantee I got to stand in front of you today so I could say this to your face. But first, imagine you did an interview the other week to try and hype and build up the battle, and you said to Chubbs over there that me and you are very similar men. You pathetic little creature. We're not even a similar mammal. I am the king of the jungle, and the only reason people are even watching this is so they can see one of his minions be humbled. You better get your fucking dad on the phone. In fact, you better also ring up your uncle and get all your cousins down here as well before you stand a chance of winning this rumble, you skinny little breadstick. How the fuck are you a fully grown man and yet you're only like a leg thick? I bet that anybody in this room could knock you out dead quick. All they'd have to do is give you a little head flick. Do you know what I'm saying? Fucking head flicks and chill. The shade break. That shit would break his neck. Damn right he's been on every league in the UK. Look at the size of him. He needs to take every plate he gets. Poor fucker looks like he hasn't ate or slept since like the 8th of Feb. Fucking hell. This is the result of growing up and not eating your meat and veggies proper. You end up with a body that's so skinny, your head becomes a pencil topper. Pop quiz, hot shot, who am I? Dennis Hopper. You already can't keep up to speed and I'm about to set a bomb off. Fuck out of my face and I'll come.
See, like, Bobby kind of done the same there. He finished on the jokes, but he kept his momentum going with those jokes. Do you see what I mean? Like, it was a complete different ball game. And he didn't end on, like, one of the jokes.
It wasn't like... It was a different one because he was very overpowering physically, so it kind of what he was saying hit harder because whereas
he commanded the space.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah.
Head
flicks and chill. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. I love that. Head flicks and chill. Yeah. But that's what I love. Like, I love his sense of humor as well. Like, he'll have these like super this super aggressive style, and then we'll just sprinkle in like shit like that. Yeah, and it's just fucking brilliant. So there's another one as well that he did, like little pun.
Question, Tom. Who takes that round for you? Round one.
Oh, Bobby Rex. Round one for me. Yeah. Okay. It wasn't. I don't think it was a body, and it wasn't like a perfect round for him. But no, yeah, definitely Bobby Rex.
Yeah, he stumbled a little bit at the start. He had a bit of a stutter. I guess you could call it.
But he still took it.
Start, but yeah.
It was
win by an inch or a mile.
I think it was more. He was landing more punches, whereas Georgie's angle is a good angle to go at, but he didn't throw as many haymakers. It was kind of more, the material was more aimed at like an overall, like, you're a letdown, and it wasn't like punching, whereas Bobby just come in like and disarmed.
Like, obviously, Tom, you won't feel this, but there was a lot of what Georgie said had been said before. Like, in terms of the angles that he chose, you know, in being a letdown to Premier Battles and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's all been done kind of thing as well. He didn't really reinvent the wheel too much. I think that kind of lost him that round, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Bobby was just a bit more on the attack.
I've got 3 rounds of Jurassic Park bars, so...
3 rounds of Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's the angle. That's it.
Yeah. And just all of it to end on the the last bar on the first round to just be like, Rex needs to evolve again as well. Just like apart from Georgie as well. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, let's see then. So we got this 1-0 going into the second on Bobby. Let's see what comes next.
Why the fuck would King of the Dot want you back, bro? You once told someone in a battle you smoke crack, bro. And your bandmate on heroin. I can tell it's a lot. Did Raptor pull out of this tourney because he found out it was for a shot of the belt? Not a belt and a shot. Listen, damn it. Fuck any safe space that I did inhabit. For this one, there was no comfort zone. Me, I really had to start switching habits. This shit got me thinking Matt Damon in a Martian. I knew just to survive, I really have to take roots to a different planet. Cause you the king, right? No, dude. Abdication season, you old news. Call me William, son. I'm Prince George, and that's about to be my throne soon. Skate what? That's so you. But it's the slaughterhouse for bro too. I was raised in the ends on curry goat, Bobby. I'm really about to make your soul food. I mean, what happened to Bob? All this rage aged you beyond your years. You really been snapping a lot, throwing your weight around no matter the cost. You're about this far away from having a heart attack on the spot. You're an old man now, Bobby. You remind me of Stinky Pete. You know Toy Story? Yeah? It's time to put him back in the box. But nah, dude is a vet. Out here trying to show me the ropes till I turn him to a noose for your neck. You've been shitting on the comments for a while now, but that's stupid at best. You need to realize you're in a horror movie. Me, different. He, tripping. And white bitches always die when they don't see roots as a threat. You clueless and kept sleeping on me, but I'm due some respect. I really been putting these dudes to the test. Hey, remember I said Toy Story earlier? Yeah, it really is that, bro. And Rex can't get past the grate unless he uses his head. You man got him convinced that he's a monarch. Scapegoat. Even embroidered his sleeve. But this cheapskate can't do anything he can to be avoiding a fee. Even post about stealing beats off of YouTube. That's just annoying to me. How Rex supposed to be a king if everything he make royalty free? Time.
Not enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he had some good punches in there, and he ended it a lot better this time. But there's a lot of wind up to his punches.
Yeah,
and when you're facing someone like Bobby Rex, you need to be fucking coming in.
He punched a lot more regularly there. Like he actually made like bars to attack him. And yeah, it was good material. But we're about to watch something crazy right now.
Yeah, the second round from Bobby.
Just fucking strap yourself in, Tom.
The freight train's coming.
I'm even saying just like from round 1 to round 2, like even just looking at Georgie's like material, like it seems like in the first round he had like a lot of performance, but the structuring of his round was a bit off in my opinion. And then the second round, it was the performance just wasn't quite there. He weren't quite as like in his face and like, you know, biting his neck off as he was before. It's
He probably. This is all I can think because I've been guilty of it in the past. Is when you come out with your first round and then he comes out, your opponent comes out with a fire round, getting reaction of people in the room. You kind of like think, shit, like I've not got enough. I've not got enough here.
Yeah.
And it kind of happened with me. Matt's first round in the room had the whole room in hysterics. Like crazy reaction, and I was like, "Shit!" Like I thought I didn't think it was like overly good, but like people were really reacting to it. So you kind of think, "Have I got enough here?" And that might be what he was thinking. Well, let's not forget, right? Georgie's been taking a hell of a lot of battles this year, and I think he had one either before or after Bobby, in quick succession. So it does kind of like dry out your material if you're not fully focused on something.
Definitely. Georgie's been working this year. He has really been working this year. He's been doing well as well.
For sure.
But yeah, everyone keeps saying, you know, wait for
let's get in. I want to jump in.
Put your fucking seatbelt on. Put your fucking
I know.
seatbelt on.
I'm getting nervous.
It's right as well. Sometimes the way you deliver your material can come across as you do have enough in the room. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just don't think, like, in terms of Georgie, I don't think this was Georgie at his best this second round. And unfortunately, this is probably Bobby at his best, if not like a 9.9. Do you know what I mean? Like this one. But exactly. He's not a normal battler.
It's like facing a wrestler, like facing a WWE wrestler. It's mad.
He really is.
Oh yeah,
he really is. And you're about to see it full force, Tom.
I'm nervous.
Everybody say goodbye to Georgie's fragile, tiny ego.
Georgie.
But please don't feel sorry for him. We don't, because we know that he chose to walk down these roads. It was him that messaged his friend Stefan and asked him, how's your sons? Knowing damn well he hasn't seen him, because he hasn't been allowed for months, just because you had a falling out, you lousy cunts. And it was him that showed me his rounds to Jay Short. Do you remember? He was just going to talk about his daughter lots, and I said, don't dare try that shit with me. And I warned him off, but how can we trust this sort of knob? Because it was him that then battled Sam Heights and started talking about his parenting. Scary thing, he's got a son as well, but he's on the internet so much, I'm wondering just where and when he's ever fucking there for him. And yeah, I know, you've got the Lion King tribute to him tatted on his chest, but he must have his son Simba wondering when Daddy's coming off the internet. Because Daddy's coming off the internet.
Bobby does these kind of angles so well. I want to kind of stop it in between a little bit just to break up a bit, but we will take it back, don't worry. But yeah, Trouble was just saying as well, if you don't sell it, you know, we're not buying it. Basically, it's simple. And this round is again an example of selling it. Definitely. But yeah, let me just take it back a little bit and we'll there we go.
Everybody say goodbye to Georgie's fragile, tiny ego. But please don't feel sorry for him. We don't, because we know that he chose to walk down these roads. It was him that messaged his friend Stefan and asked him, how's your sons? Knowing damn well he hasn't seen him, because he hasn't been allowed for months, just because you had a falling out, you lousy cunts. And it was him that showed me his rounds to Jay Short. Do you remember? He was just going to talk about his daughter lots, and I said, don't dare try that shit with me. And I warned him off, but how can we trust this sort of knob? Because it was him that then battled Sam Heights and started talking about his parenting. Scary thing, he's got a son as well, but he's on the internet so much, I'm wondering just where and when he's ever fucking there for him. And yeah, I know, you've got the Lion King tribute to him tatted on his chest, but he must have his son Simba wondering when Daddy's coming off the internet. Because Daddy's coming off the internet because he needs tucking into bed and all he's getting back from him is, oh, come on, Simbog, it's a sec. Daddy's got to write this Facebook status and I'm only halfway through this Twitter thread. Bro, have you even fed him dinner yet? How about instead of giving all these UK leagues love, you give a bit to him instead? It's Father's Day tomorrow. Why the fuck are you staying up in money? If you're such a good role model at this shit, why is your baby boy not waking up with daddy? It's not nice, is it? It's not nice when people talk about your family. And imagine doing that to people when yours recently had a major tragedy. Don't fucking make me talk about your brother. All it's going to take is you talk about my daughter or talk about my girlfriend, knowing how much I adore and love her. And I will turn to this camera and I will say my apologies to Georgie's mother, because I'll kill her other son as well and drag the pair of the fucking corpses through the gutter. You really want...
I have to stop it just quick. Jesus.
I've shit in my pants.
I'm just gonna have a lie down real quick.
Do you know what?
I'm just changing my undies.
When we were watching this live, right, this is how good this battle is. Like, my fiance Roxy, she don't watch a lot of battles. She'll come and watch the live battles and actually loves it, but like normally if I'm watching a battle on YouTube, she won't be sat next to me watching it. This battle, she wasn't even paying attention to it at all. She just came over and was just like, what is going on? Like, she just got attracted to what was like, you know. And yeah,
that actually just straight up sounded like a fight. Like, that sounded like somebody chewing somebody out before a fight. That was fucked. I love that as well. It's not nice. And he was like fucking nose to nose with the kid.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No,
like,
thank
being
you.
in front of this, like, Bizzy, you're stood right there. What was going through your head here? Was you like, oh shit, I've got to go in front of this?
It's different in the room, bro. It's so like you guys see it on YouTube, but in the room, like the tension was like up here.
I bet.
And the thing is, right, I'm not really for that kind of angle, and Bobby plays it off as there's a reason like why he's done the angle is because Georgie's done it to other people. Like, that's how he builds it up in the round, which is fine. That for me, talking about stuff like that is something that I personally would I'd have to really dislike the person for me to even go there. And whether or not that's the case with Bobby, I'm not sure, but it was fucking tense in the room. And when it started going into that dimension where he was going to bring up something like that, it was like, right, this is going to hit a new level now. And you kind of don't know how to react, like, because what he's saying is like really hard hitting, but then it's a case of like, it's hard in the sense like you don't want to react to something being said like that because, but you naturally do because of the way it's being said.
That's
like,
it.
I'm so glad I had a mask on in that battle because my face was screwing all over the face.
Georgie. I would love to have seen that live. I'd have loved to.
Yeah, because there was even a bit when it was when somebody reacted to it, and Bobby looked like he was gonna deck him. Like, he looked over his shoulder, and was like, somebody made a noise. People thought it was a press conference for a fight.
Well, everything just randomly rhyming while he's doing his fight press conference.
But that's the thing.
This is the most well structured post-fight press conference I've ever seen in my life.
He is so eloquent.
Yeah, he's a well-spoken gentleman.
Yeah.
The structure of this conversation is divine.
The thing is, as well, is that he stood there like a fucking caveman. Like, but he's talking so like eloquently whilst being super threatening, and it's such an intimidating collection of things.
Definitely.
Like,
let me just take it back a bit. Let's see what
the internet because he needs tucking into bed and all he's getting back from him is, oh, come on, Simbog, it's a sec. Daddy's got to write this Facebook status and I'm only halfway through this Twitter thread. Bro, have you even fed him dinner yet? How about instead of giving all these UK leagues love, you give a bit to him instead? It's Father's Day tomorrow. Why the fuck are you staying up in money? If you're such a good role model at this shit, why is your baby boy not waking up with daddy? It's not nice, is it? It's not nice when people talk about your family. And imagine doing that to people when yours recently had a major tragedy. Don't fucking make me talk about your brother. All it's going to take is you talk about my daughter or talk about my girlfriend, knowing how much I adore and love her. And I will turn to this camera and I will say my apologies to Georgie's mother, because I'll kill her other son as well and drag the pair of the fucking corpses through the gutter. You really want to talk shit to people? Do you really want to talk shit to people? Choose somebody else. I am not the one. I am the quickest route for you to hell. Do you have any idea how many nights I've spent making nooses from my belts, just praying I don't see the day that I stop rooting for myself? And you're supposed to be a threat to me. You're supposed to be threatening. I am killing your weak ass right now, giving you a taste of your own medicine. And yeah, I know some of the bars have said, today are by far my harshest yet, and later on down the line it is probably something that I'll regret, but you need to learn the universe is real, and so the fuck is karmic debt, and today is the day that you're paying up, and no, I ain't stopping yet, because you ain't paid enough. Let's keep on talking Georgie Roots, but not the version we all see online. Let's keep on talking Georgie Roots, the person, the real guy, the man that couldn't stand it when he found out his twin brother was gay. And don't try and deny it, because I know for a fact when he confided in you, he got punched in the face. You beat the shit out of that boy like he was a complete and utter disgrace. Instead of being the big brother that he deserved, the twin brother that he deserved, and giving him the love and the comfort he craved, you pushed him away to the point that none of us lot even knew you had a brother until he ended up in his grave. You disgusting, vile, insecure cunt. You should be ashamed.
Oh my goodness. Something came over me.
Pause.
I need a minute.
Bro, like I was in the room and like you can watch me in the background. I'm just stood in shock. I look like I'm waiting for someone to take a fucking free kick for 2.5 minutes. I'm like stood in my wall for a free kick and I just didn't move.
Just froze like a deer in headlights. Like just don't notice me. Just don't notice me.
Honestly, I don't like this. Is what I was gonna say. Like Bobby has a really good way of doing these sort of angles that makes him like. If anyone else was to have done that, they'd look like a really bad guy for saying what they said. But
yeah,
like, it was the same against Maverick, you know, and he said like about Maverick's round against Real Seek when he started to go off about his struggles in life. Like Bobby basically puts those down and like somehow
the craziest thing as well for me is like no matter how much he like obviously all the shit he did say, it still felt like a fucking warning. You know what I mean? It still felt like he was holding back, which made it scarier because he was already being so like he commanding and like aggressive with the stage presence and stuff. The idea that he was holding back. Nah, you're good. I'm good, man. You do you. I'm out.
So what do you reckon then? Second round, I've got that to Bobby again.
You can't give a round like that and not win. And I'm not even the biggest fan of the person.
Nipping to the toilet, by the way. I'll be back in a second. I've got to.
All good, man. All good.
That's cool, man.
Change my undies.
Yeah, like I'm not the biggest fan of
what are we saying about this battle? Trouble, you was in the room. Someone asked what the atmosphere was like, in a couple of words. Can you give us a comment?
I also want to know like what the kind of feeling is about personals. You know what I mean? Like, because for me, they're not my favorite thing to see in a battle. Like, I think a lot of the time, not here so much because this is just beautiful, but like sometimes it's used in a way where it's like I don't know, it feels like filler sometimes. So I'd like to know what people feel about personals. Like
there's definitely an element of like a shock factor. Like obviously what he's just said is that he
get a reaction.
His twin brother for coming out as gay is essentially what he said. No, I'm not one that just hears it in a battle and believes it's true. Obviously there are two sides to every story and all that kind of stuff, but that's quite a big, bold accusation to be making. If that was said in front of the wrong people, that could have been a lot worse for
like especially in like today's climate, you know what I mean? Like, and with how obviously that would really hurt him, and obviously if it's true, then
his missus is like crying in the background. I think.
I was just about to say like that's how tense that round was. Like she was in bits, bro. Like there were tears running down her face through that round.
Fair play that she can stand there, though. Fair play to her.
I don't think she knew what she was in for there, obviously, and
begrudgingly enjoy personal.
It happens, man. It happens sometimes. Shit gets said like that.
But I think, what the comments are saying, it really does depend on how
situational.
If you literally just say like,
the thing is with it,
it's done. It's crap.
the thing is though, it's a lot of it was like it was just Bobby like stating facts, like oh yeah, like Trubbs has just said it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, he did it in a way.
But he's stating stuff that actually has happened. Like he said, oh, you beat your brother up when he came out as gay. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Like that's not really like Bobby.
And
going,
as well,
going
like,
too deep with it, if that makes sense. It's done in a way to make it reflect on Georgie, which is why it hits so hard, because it wasn't a case of Bobby going like in his face and saying like, no, I'm glad that this has happened, and like, he didn't do that. Like he didn't like disrespect it in that way. And as I said, Bobby has said in interviews and stuff that Georgie has done this in past battles, and he's like giving him a taste of what it feels like. And you can't really argue with it, because if you're going to play that game, if you're going to play that game in a battle, especially in UK battle rap, and something like that is part of your life, then you have to be prepared for it to come up. It's only when you don't.
I think it's about picking your opponents as well. Like, if I was someone who didn't want my personal life brought up, I wouldn't go and battle Arsenal, for example, or I didn't want like my dead relative being mentioned, I wouldn't battle someone like him.
There's that, and there's don't go out of your way to find stuff about other people.
Like, don't be a dick about it.
And then when it comes back at you, don't be like, well, you shouldn't have said that. But I think that's why that approach in the second round. Bloody spoiler alert.
I don't want any context. I don't want any context. I'm gonna wait for that bar.
I'm actually very surprised at how Georgie comes back at this round there.
Oh yeah, can I just say, when this round kicks in, like on the actual day, like the way it like flowed into it as it did, it really added to the. I think this is what kind of like made it as good as a battle it is, because if you watch it back, those two rounds are very, very one-sided in terms of replay. Like, you watch them back and you think Bobby won those two rounds clearly, but this round is what kind of like brings it back into this is why people are saying it was so debatable. So yeah, let's get into it.
I'm excited.
You had this struggle angle against Mav, right? And you delivered them well.
Let's go.
You told him his hardships don't compare to yours when everything is to scale. But Bobby, I'm out here lifting the veil. See, you remind me of Sonic Little Yellow Friend, because you keep spinning them tails. But you want to play a victim? Cool. Don't be surprised when I start treating you like a victim as well, because I ain't never seen anything as pathetic as this. Dread it is cringe. All of that talk about poverty and psoriasis, that should really get you to win. We all been hungry before, Bobby. And no one gives a fuck about that red in your skin. You want to talk about real struggles. What about doing everything that I did last year whilst dealing with the death of my twin? Because that's some shit that I'm defined by, bro. I dare you to tell me that my struggle's anything beside my own. You told Maverick the old people are supposed to die. Do you know who ain't? 25-year-olds. And do you know how hard to accept it is that half of me dead? Hey, I was 3 battles into my career last April when that part of me left, and instead of folding like I could have, I put the graft in and bled to keep calm and progress on my path to success, to give him something to be proud of the next time that ours intersect. So, go ahead and tell me about you've got you some demons. I'll talk to you about the last 14 months I spent searching for a justful reason that I had to cradle my mother screaming on her kitchen floor in 100 pieces. I'm done with double meanings. I laid that boy on a rainbow flag in a bright purple casket to make sure he was represented properly and comfy sleeping.
Don't keep pushing me, please.
And comfy sleeping.
I'll fucking knock you out.
I planned this whole funeral, Bobby. Planning your one? That was fucking easy, because you are the pathetic, insecure, jealous little man. And that's obvious, bro, ain't it? We all seen them posts on Facebook, you moaning and complaining, making excuse after excuse for every moment that you wasted, but you're too piteous to turn your shit around and atone for your mistakes. You just start projecting all that self-doubt and overcompensating like I'm Bobby Rex in real life. No, you fucking ain't, King. You're Robbie Ashworth in real life, and those are not the same thing. So fuck anything you've been through and how you use it to condone own your mistakes. I do never excuse a misstep with a sob story, and you know that I ain't, because we two different types of men. You use your struggles to justify your weaknesses, and I've held mine in to build my strength. Time.
I wanted to pause that a couple of times, but I felt like the whole thing needed to be watched. Yeah, I really like that round, but I'm a firm believer of you need to attack your opponent to win a battle.
No, I get that.
And I feel like he had to do that for defense, and it made the battle amazing. But in terms of the tournament, he loses that round.
But that round, I think, it kind of it didn't attack in the third round. It attacked Bobby's second round. So if he had a stronger first and second round, Georgie, and that was his closer, then it would have been a lot tighter. However, I do think that third round kind of went against Bobby's second round, and kind of tried to neutralize it. If that makes sense, I don't know if I'm coming across in the right way, but I feel like it was more aimed at like a defense against Bobby, how strong Bobby's second was, as opposed to winning the third round. So what I'm saying is
he had to do that. He gave up that round to it was damage control, really, and that's what it is.
And I think
he had to say something.
And I think and as I said, I think if his first two rounds were stronger, or if Bobby's second round was his first round and Georgie used that as his second round, and then came with a strong third round, it'd be a lot closer, because it would have the way that the battle went down, or even if Bobby went first in the battle, it could have made it even closer. But I think now what's happened is because that round has kind of like defended against Bobby's second, he's just left the battle wide open now for this third round for Bobby to bring it home, and that's how I saw it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I would have liked for him to have just carried on, just attacking.
Yeah, and I in the room, that round it kind of like hit hard, because it was like the tension had gone so high, and then Georgie's approach was like, yeah, that did happen, and this is what I've kind of like done.
And do you know what? His performance through that, just saying that as well, his performance through what he's actually saying and what he's talking about.
Oh yeah. And as you can see, his girlfriend's still crying throughout the whole round as well, which to anyone would be like off-putting, especially like mid-performance. You kind of like be half inclined to stop, and it's crazy.
11 days.
Love
it's
that.
Crazy to think that, like, from the idea to in 11 days time, what's happened in that time, like upsets, there's been some controversy, there's been loads that's happened in this tournament. They've been lucky with it, really.
Bro, this year's gone mad quick as well.
It's not luck.
It's just been crazy.
It's not luck. Everyone's been putting in so much effort. Like, whenever we talk to anyone in like the sort of media sector of battle rap, everyone's just like, oh yeah, I work constantly.
Yeah,
like people are really putting in, like,
the
battlers are always like a lot of people are showing up, especially like the event we went to, everyone showed up. Like,
you can't really have a break. Like I've battled now. I found out I was facing Terminal originally. Like, I wasn't supposed to be battling LSD, and I was supposed to be battling Terminal in the first round. So I wrote 3 rounds for him in December, ready for February. Then he pulled out. So January I got given LSD, so I wrote my rounds for Dean then. And then it's kind of been like battle 8 weeks, battle 8 weeks, battle 8 weeks, and now I'm in the final. If I win the final, I've got 8 weeks, and then I'm battling you now for the title. Like, the year's mad, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, and the thing is,
we are going to be at that final, at that clash, you and Yunnan, or whoever it is versus Yunnan.
Tempting fate. Bobby's going to be fuming tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't do that. Whatever I need to do to not be tempting fate. But let's see. Bobby's third round is really good.
Yeah, man. Let's watch the closer.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, but the fact remains, H-U-M-B-L-E. I just made you eat all 6 slices. I am the judge, jury, and the executioner, and the look on your face, it's priceless. I just pray the wind changes and it sticks like this. Big life lessons today. Don't play stupid games with people's lives, because you'll win shit prizes. You put on a fake persona to try and prove that you was the coolest dude in the room, but we was always gonna see that shit was fake. Little Mr. Georgia, fruits of the loom. You have done absolutely nothing in battle rap. You have run rampant through the bottom tier. They might cheer that shit on other leagues, but not on here. This is Premier Battles, Big Bobby Rex's stomping ground. I can change the atmosphere of an entire room, even when there's not a crowd. I just change the atmosphere in everybody's house around the world that is watching now. You are nowhere near my level. Your God would fear my devil, because he would knock him out.
That is my favorite part.
Oh, your
But
God
what
would
he
fear
said then
my
as well,
devil.
like he changed the atmosphere in everyone's room at home. Like that's true. Like
Yeah.
genuinely did. Like I said, like Roxy got drawn towards the
Facts.
laptop. Like it was just mental. But yeah,
This is what I mean. Like this round is just like wide open to take
Honestly.
for Bobby. Like because the last round's been addressed, and now there's like a gap, and Bobby just has to have a strong round. And all he's done is just kind of like touch on what's just happened, but there's just nothing to put it against.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I like that we're getting these sort of, like we said, incentives for these battlers. I'm one to always say it, like I'm still a fan of everyone, and you know, act accordingly. You guys should be praised for what you're doing. It's nothing, like you said.
So excited. Yeah,
But
I think that was probably
Your God would
one
fear
of my
my
favorite
devil,
bars. I
'cause
think
it knocked
your
him
God
out.
would fear my devil.
Yeah, I love those sort of things. Love it.
Any sort of biblical shit I find is so intimidating in like just the best kind of way. And I love that. Your God would fear my devil. And then because he'd knock him out.
I just pray the wind changes and it sticks like this. Big life lessons today. Don't play stupid games with people's lives, because you'll win shit prizes. You put on a fake persona to try and prove that you was the coolest dude in the room, but we was always going to see that shit was fake. Little Mr. Georgia, fruits of the loom. You have done absolutely nothing in battle rap. You have run rampant through the bottom tier. They might cheer that shit on other leagues, but not on here. This is Premier Battles, Big Bobby Rex's stomping ground. I can change the atmosphere of an entire room, even when there's not a crowd. I just change the atmosphere in everybody's house around the world that is watching now. You are nowhere near my level. Your God would fear my devil, because he would knock him out. Because he would knock him out. Georgia, how come you're not so cocky now? As I thought, not a sound. What a clown. You lot built him up too much and somebody had to knock him down. And unfortunately for Georgie boy, he got dropped off in Bobby's town. And I specifically told you, I am not in the mood. And now it's your fault that everybody is doomed. And the chances are in about 20 years, I'll phone you on Facebook Messenger and say sorry to you. But as it stands, right now, I hope your brother's up there sucking cock on the moon. And I hope he sucks a lot of it too. See, I'm not nothing like you. I don't care if my friends be gay. And if you didn't want me to talk about this, then tell me. YMC, hey?
That's class. YMC.
Oh, I love that so much. Oh, God. I love that so much. Sucking cock on the moon.
I
love as well the fact that means that Bobby thinks that heaven is on the moon.
Yeah, mate, I fucking burst out laughing at that.
That.
Honestly, like I absolutely pissed myself. Look, the camera doesn't come on my face. Like, oh, nearly said something horrendous.
You go to the moon.
Yeah,
But honestly, and that's the thing. Like his sense of humor as well. Just it's so good because he can get you so tense of like this kind of like violence sort of tenseness, and then he'll call him fruit of the loom. And it's like you can't not laugh at that.
That YMCA bar. He's just like his banter is just top notch, and he actually like
he's a genuinely funny guy.
It's like he says, it's the way that he executes it. Like
it's the way he does it. It's the way he does it.
He does it properly. Like, you know, he's big in the game for a reason. Do you know what I mean? It's mental. But,
That's it. Oh God, I'm so he's
we'll
genuinely one of my favorite rappers.
And I think this
Yes.
is just his end now as well. But yeah, we'll just...
Chances are in about 20 years I'll phone you on Facebook Messenger and say sorry to you, but as it stands right now, I hope your brother's up there sucking cock on the moon, and I hope he sucks a lot of it too.
A lot of it
See, I'm
too.
not nothing like you. I don't care if my friends be gay, and if you didn't want me to talk about this, then tell me. YMC, hey?
YMC.
Absolutely fucking slaughtered him, like I promised and I said I would. Now, if George is willing to learn and grow from this, I'm willing to be the one that helps him getting up. Psych! Get to fuck, you specky cunts. Even your little girlfriend there knows Bobby Rex has won. You are nothing more to this scene than the best out of a dreadful bunch. Now get the fuck out of my face before your head gets punched. But don't forget the moral of today's story. Be a better man, Georgia, and for fuck's sake, get some lunch.
Oh my fucking God. Holy
Didn't
shit.
take his foot off the gas one bit, did he, Bobby?
He did not. Did not take his foot off the gas.
Yeah, he
was
done well.
he was saying that in like interviews, Georgie was like calling him out and saying stuff which kind of like motivated him to be like that. So
actually steamroll him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we're saying 3-0 Bobby, I guess, is what we've decided.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quickly, I do like watching the decisions. We won't watch the judges, because obviously we all have ours. But yeah, it was a bit cold that he pointed out.
That was cold as fuck.
The thing is, he's written it, and he's in a flow of just saying what he's wrote. I'm sure if he would have thought about it, he might not have, called her out or whatever. But I noticed it was a different.
It's hard to do that. It's hard to take a line out of your material.
Exactly.
You don't forget, like, you rehearse it
in like 8 bars after instead of just like 2 bars after or something, and lose more than what I was wanting to.
Yeah, it's when you've been rehearsing it into a performance, it's very hard for you to like amend or change it. Like, people that point stuff out and do mid round rebuttals like get so many respect points from me, because that would just throw me off completely.
Yeah,
everyone looking at the floor. 100%. And that's the thing as well, like with the calling out of the girlfriend, like it's tough to watch. It's tough.
I don't know if he
but like
or not, but
fucking if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Yeah,
if my girlfriend, like if my partner was in this kind of shit, I wouldn't fucking go. I have a massive target on my chest. I'm staying at home.
That's why he wrote it, because I think she'd been to the last couple of rounds, so you kind of get.
I'll pick you up.
Yeah,
it's one of the ones where like nobody wants to be calling him out on it, but everyone's like, damn, man. Damn.
It's rough.
Let's see, Bobby be positive.
There you go. Sorry, I apologize.
You don't apologize to me. It's a sport.
But still. Respect to you, brother. I'm pretty local.
That though as well. That's good.
Yeah.
Yo, Premier Battles, we are at the Anarchy semi-final. We just watched, in my opinion, an absolute fucking classic battle. Everyone in the room make a bit of noise for that one. Shouts to everyone that's locked in as well. Shouts to King of the Dot. The chat was going absolutely mad, showing both of these guys love. We did go to the judges, and a decision came back 2 apiece, which means it went to the fan poll.
So yeah, Tom, there was only 4
came down to
judges,
2 apiece.
Yeah, so 2 judges each gave it each, and then it was the fan poll, right? So this is literally just on the chat. Everyone got to vote. The percentage on it is mental. Listen.
It was 52% to 48% on the fan poll. And the winner advancing to the final in August to face Bizzo Bond. Make some noise for Bobby Rex.
Boom.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
And that's when I shit in my pants live on Twitch.
Yeah, man, that's tough. You got a fight coming. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But that's the Bobby Rex I want to face. Like, people look at it and say, "Oh, you're facing Bobby and he's barking on people at the moment." But I want that. Like, I want to battle the best Bobby Rex ever. And I've said on interviews, and I've said it to London Jen, I've said it on here. I've said I'm rooting for Bobby to do well in this tournament, because when Bobby is at his best, he's one of the best in the world. He's not one of the best in the UK. He's one of the best on the planet, because he's endearing, and he is his physical presence alone is like second to none in a battle, and that's half the battle won if you can
his stage
psych
presence,
out.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I
it's a
was
challenge.
quite
It's a
shocked
challenge
as
for
well
me.
about how
So
close that battle was judged. If I'm honest, I was quite shocked by it.
yeah,
as well.
it was so. Yeah, that's a lot closer than I would have put it. Like,
it's
if
a
I had
lot.
to guess it,
It's a lot. It's a lot hard. It's a lot harder on the day. I thought it was close. I thought it was very close on the day. But then I've watched this battle back a couple of times, and I do think it's a very clear win for Bobby. On the day, I remember thinking like Bobby didn't. I thought the first round was very evenly matched, and then I thought the second round was a clear win to Bobby, and then the third I thought again was a debatable and could have gone either way. And I think that's how everyone saw it on the actual night itself. However, when you watch it back and there's that shock value, I think, I agree. I think, but I don't even think the third is that debatable. The more you watch it, I think the more you watch this battle, the more clear it gets in Bobby's favour.
I do genuinely believe he gave up his third round. He didn't have a third round attacking Bobby. He had a third round doing damage control against himself.
But I firmly believe.
It was okay the way that he done it, and I think in terms of this battle, it makes it rewatchable and it makes it a better battle. But in terms of a tournament, I just don't think it was the right angle to take.
But I firmly believe if Bobby had used that round in the first round, the battle dimension could have been different because
definitely
he could have used either of his first two rounds as like a second or a third. So if Bobby come out swinging in the first round and said like did his second round first, Georgie could have done his third round his first round or his second round or whichever, and it could have been closer in that retrospect, and it might have even gone Georgie's way on the night if that was the case, with the way that the judges had it and the way that the fans were seeing it as well. But there is different elements to it. I mean, there's a few King of the Dot battles on Twitch at the moment that seem to be going ways that you wouldn't expect, and it happens when you're in the moment. Yeah, man,
it's made a lot of surprises. It's been a lot of surprises, good ones, obviously. But yeah. One last question then, Bizzo, before we wrap this up. One last question: is there like anything you've done differently in terms of like preparing for this final? Are you just literally just trying to step up again and level up, or have you done any prep differently or whatever?
I think this will be the best Bizzo bomb that you've ever seen.
Okay.
And this is what I want. This is what I want it to be, and I think it'll be the best Bobby Rex you've ever seen, and I think it will be a completely I wouldn't go out expecting another Georgie versus Bobby, because I have a level of respect where I would never go that way, and I've said it all along with him.
It's not necessary, I don't think. In any
no,
battle.
Definitely not. I think I
lazy.
But as I said, I think there's so much at stake. It's a massive battle. It's a game changer in terms of your battle career. And then I think as well, I think Bobby's going to come and turn up and be the best one that we've seen in a very long time.
See what Bobby has to say to you, to be fair, because I don't think anyone's really giving you any good like angles in this tournament, like against you. Like Elistine had, some of the good stuff, but he was just kind of saying that he made you. And then
bro,
Matt,
I have had 3 rounds.
Comedy.
3 rounds of goatee angles.
Yeah, and things like that.
3 rounds of goatee angles, bro.
Love that.
If Bobby's got any goatee bars, I'll be so pissed off. It's like what? It's not even a goatee. It's just a very thinly shit beard. It's not even a goatee. Like, I'm not turning up like Beppe from EastEnders to battles. It's like it's madness.
Got to be done.
It's I think it's one of these battles. It's one of these battles where like I don't think a lot of people see it as like how good it can be, if that makes sense. Like they don't on paper, if someone said, "Oh, Bizzo Bond's battling Bobby Rex," like people will be like, "All right, sound." But like when you put the backdrop to it, and you put like how hard I've worked, and how Bobby's on a resurgent at the moment, and how much respect I have for him, and how excited I am to battle him.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
I'd love to battle him.
Honestly, I'm so excited to watch
Do
it.
not forget, guys, get on that stream. Already announced, obviously, the final Bizzo Bond versus Bobby Rex. Winner gets the trip to KOTD, gets the $2.5 grand, and gets a title match, and all the bragging rights in the UK at the moment.
That's it.
And
Gets
the
me top dog.
loser.
YD versus Sam Hypes has been announced as well. I'm sure there'll be a few other announcements coming along over the next like 11
I think
days.
there's one. I think there's one other battle to get announced. I think.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. If you know it, we'll go off live and then you can tell us quick. I'm
Give us the secret.
But yeah, we are gonna end the stream here.
Yes.
Thank you everybody for coming on. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you, Bizzo, for coming on as well, man.
Yeah, cheers, man. I cannot wait for the battle. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
me neither, man. Me neither.
And yeah, don't forget 28th, guys, on King of the Dots Twitch. I can't say it enough. Get on there. Make sure you're there. You know, get some comments in there and let us know that you're there as well. We'll be watching it. We will distract you at work.
That's fine.
You need us to, man. All you need us to.
We do this.
Pleasure.
Let's go, Chris. Let's go.
But just because I love this video, we're going to go out to it again. So yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Peace.